Abraham Lincoln did not write fair.
Right. So a team of rivals. No, the book A Team of Rivals is about Abraham Lincoln's government.
If you have read it, why are you saying Abraham Lincoln?
I read so many books. I apologize.
You don't know who the author is.
There are too many of them.
Let me read a bit.
You don't know who the author is.
But the story is about Abraham Lincoln.
Let me finish the message.
But you googled it. It's a story not about Abraham Lincoln. I've just googled it.
Doris Goodwin is an American historian. She wrote that book. When you were talking,
I wanted a historian. Yes,
I wanted you to finish.
I didn't take away the points. It doesn't take away the point at all.
Listen,
Doris Goodwin. Then you don't leave discretion. You don't leave governance to the goodness of the man. Oh, but
she doesn't live in Ghana.
What are we doing in Ghana in democracy that's original to Ghana? What are we doing in Ghana in democracy that's original to Ghana? At this point, everything we do is not original to Ghana. It's democracy we borrowed.
At this point in our contemporary present, Donald Trump is exercising discretion that has never been seen in the history of America.
But that is why you have.
Who has stopped him?
But that is why it has become topical in America.
Why has it become topical? Then the people vote for him again.
What do you mean by vote for him again?
I said they voted for him again.
Okay, so
obviously they like something he was doing.
Your view of the matter is that we should allow the discretion to animate the leadership. My view is that we shouldn't.
What I'm telling you is that you cannot bring
cyborgs discretion.
You cannot bring cyborgs into government. So one way or the other, discretion will be exercised.
Yes, but I'm saying we should minimize the discretion. We can't rely on character. Are you talking about character? We should rely on the character of the politicians. Is that what you want to say? We should rely on character.
If you were calling out,
you say we should rely on character of politicians. We should rely on character.
If you were calling out Akufo Addo in the 8 years that you were defending everything he was doing, some of the things he did, he wouldn't have done.
There's no president that you can defend in 8 years everything he does because men are
fallible. You managed to defend everything.
No, it's not possible.
Okay. You defend. Show me one thing.
It's not possible.
It's not possible. So back to my message.
It's not possible.
Show me one thing, Paul. Highlight one thing.
No, it's not possible.
That you went against the Akufo Addo government.
It's not possible for any president, so let me President Mahamadu.
It is possible.
To be president for 8 years without having done anything.
It is possible.
Human beings are fallible.
Please allow me.
Human beings are fallible. So how is it possible for that? All I'm saying is that we should reduce the disposition of a human being's character because we cannot rely on character of human beings to run our country. We have to rely on systems.
Yes, Paul.
That is why at 29 and 30 we're done in 1960 before you and I were born. But we live by it.
Let us have this conversation. We had something called ESLA.
Yes.
That President Mahama brought into being to protect us from cost overruns when it comes to fuel. When the NDC came to government, Ken Ofori Atta went to parliament, right? And they took ESLA. Where's ESLA today? ESLA is in a hole that it will climb out of in 2035. They went and mortgaged ESLA, collected the funds and blew it. Isn't ESLA and statutory funds an example of limiting discretion of public appointees? What did Ken Ofori Atta and Akufo Addo do with it?
Okay.
No, don't answer.
Don't answer.
Don't
I'm just expressing I'm agreeing with you.
Let me finish. Let me
agree with you.
No, don't agree with me. Your agreement is disruption. Let me finish with it.
Can you finish?
I could go on. No. No.
Today, hold on. Is that what you want to do?
I have always been a critic of Akufo Addo. And his government, I told Ghanaians that he will destroy the country. He has destroyed the country. So don't worry. Let me finish my point. I'm saying that
the Kufuor destroyed the country.
ESLA. Let's not go talk about President Kufuor.
Why not?
I'm talking about Akufo Addo. ESLA it's a perfect example. Statutory payments and statutory funds are a perfect example of limiting politicians' discretion. What did Ken Ofori Atta do with it?
What did he do with it?
Ken Ofori Atta took SNIT funds and collateralized it and chopped the money.
Chop the money.
Right?
Minister of Finance chop the money.
Where's the money? That is the money.
The Minister of Finance chop the money.
The money that they spent that you and I are today paying with our savings.
Okay.
The Minister of Finance chop the money, Kojo. The Minister of Finance chop the money.
Where is it? If they haven't chopped it, where is it?
The Minister of Finance took the state's money and chopped it.
I said, where is
he
the
chopped
money?
it or he bought what?
They spent
he chopped it.
They spent it willy-nilly
on themselves. It's spending on themselves, right?
Who knows what they did with it? The money is not there.
So the politicians took the money and chopped it, and our systems don't have any way to find it.
When you go,
there's an auditor general.
They ask him to come and answer for his tenure, and some of your friends are telling me he shouldn't come.
No, they ask him to come and answer for specific things. It's not that
why
they ask him to come and answer for cathedral. They ask him to come and answer for some SMO. They ask him to come and answer. Yes, but it's
$97 million hole. A $97 million black hole.
What does that
when
mean?
We could have put a medical school at that spot.
What does that mean?
They are too poor. I said, you are a serial defender.
Of what?
Of many things that have gone wrong. I asked you to give me one.
You can have that opinion.
No, it's not
over opinion. Time you may change it.
You know something.
Over time you may change it.
I respect your right.
Yes, the revision of bail conditions coupled with the sheer force of youth support secure the release of dancehall artist Charles Ni Amamenta, known in showbiz circles as Shatawale, from the detention of the Economic and Organized Crime Office, YOCO. Now, this was moments after scores of fans besieged the precincts of the anti-graft agency demanding the release of the dancehall artist who spent a night in the detention of YOCO in Accra after he was invited there last Wednesday to assist with investigations regarding a Lamborghini Urus he had purchased. Now, the vehicle has been found to be part of the proceeds of $4 million crime, for which one Nana Kwabena Agyapong is serving in jail term in the USA. Now, YOCO granted Shatawale bail in the sum of 10 million cedis last Wednesday with 2 sureties to be justified. Now, per the bail condition, Shatawale must present sureties who possess properties commensurate with the bail amount. Now, for the better part of yesterday, the popular musician could not meet the bail conditions and remained in the custody of the anti-graft agency until later in the evening when he was released on inquiry bail after his counsel prayed YOCO to vary the bail conditions. Now, the counsel for the musician, Cephas Boyo, told the Daily Graphic following his client's release that Shatawale was released after a prayer for YOCO to vary the 10 million cedis bail. Now, consequently, the investigative body reduced the initial bail bond from 10 million cedis with 2 sureties to be justified to 5 million cedis with 2 sureties and no justification. He said his client was expected to report to YOCO 3 times every week until investigations into the case had been completed. Now, in a live broadcast on TikTok, Shatawale expressed gratitude to the leadership of YOCO for the reception accorded him during the investigations. He also thanked his fans for showing up to support him. Now, the king is home. I'm quoting him. The king is home and safe, and thanks everyone for being around me in times like this because I needed you guys the most because you guys are the ones that hold me down, he said in a somber mood. You guys at YOCO have been wonderful. I came there and you took me through the rightful processes that were needed. I want to say God bless you and your family, Raymond Acha. I thank you so much for your understanding, he stated in that video. Of course, earlier there was calls of fans, some riding motorbikes. They blocked the Independence Link, the main road leading to YOCO office, causing significant traffic congestion, with some threatening to use their teeth to tear the YOCO walls and cells open if Shatawale was not released. Now, many fans held placards with inscriptions such as "Free Don One" or "One Don," "Leave the youth alone," and "Free Shatawale." Others with red flags chanting and playing the musician songs from loudspeakers mounted on stationary mini tracks they had brought along. Now, this is what the YOCO explains. This is the YOCO's part of the side of the story. Now, a statement issued by YOCO indicated that investigations was part of a larger one being conducted by the Federal Bureau of Investigations in the United States of America to unravel and recover proceeds of the said $4 million crime to be used as restitution. It says, following the request from the FBI and the U.S. Justice Department for YOCO to track the vehicle and conduct local investigations in respect of uncovering possible, conspirators, possible conspirators in Ghana, YOCO began looking for the vehicle until it was identified and seized in or around May this year in the possession of one Charles Niama Mensah. Now, YOCO explained that Shatawale arrived at this office at 3 p.m. but was interrogated from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., so 4 hours. His lawyer got to the premises later, and the musician had insisted that he would not cooperate until his lawyer arrived. Now, according to YOCO, during the investigation, Shatawale was unable to identify where or from whom he purchased the vehicle. with a claim that he bought it, and the story's on. I'm going to end with the last paragraph on page 26. Page 26, this part of the story is extremely important so that it would enrich the conversation, I believe. So, the streets. Now, so far, Charles Nyama Mensah has been unable to identify the person from who he purchased the said Lamborghini Urus vehicle, except to say that he purchased it from the street. He said he purchased it from the street. And from someone possibly called Zach, who may have contacted him on WhatsApp, but whose identity he does not know, and whose contact he has thrown away, and that's according to the statements. Kojo?
My brother, thank you very much once again. But before I go, let me address something. Paul, you see, yes, sir. I listened to you carefully, and you were talking about rhetoric. Rhetoric. Yeah. There has never been a government in this country that has employed the use of rhetorics more than the Akufo Addo government.
Okay.
You spoke about STEM. You know what STEM is?
Yeah.
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Before Akufo Addo came, nobody had done science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
No, not as STEM, but you did science.
No, I'm saying that it is the rhetoric that I'm talking about. No, remember planting for food and jobs?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Planting for food and jobs was a Canadian initiative that President Mahama left before he left office in 2017. When the Akufo Addo government came, they renamed it. Today, have we planted anything?
What was the name JM gave to it?
Paul, yeah. We didn't need to give it a name. That is the rhetoric I'm talking about. We didn't need to give it.
There.
It was there. It was a Canadian. It was a Canadian initiative to improve the agricultural sector. As soon as the MPP came, they gave it a name and started using it for propaganda purposes. Today, did we even plant a finger of banana? Where's the money? TVET. Samuel Kujeto was in charge of TVET when he was Deputy Minister of Education. And yet, we are being told...
No, free TVET. Not that there was no TVET. TVET is Rollins. That is very old.
Paul, government exists in a continuum.
Absolutely.
Right? That is the reason why when you talk about rhetoric, point it in the right direction.
No, boss, I'm not saying MPP or NDC does rhetoric.
Hold on. You spoke because I'm trying to highlight your communication was headed in a certain direction.
Yes.
That
propaganda.
No, it wasn't propaganda. You were targeting the NDC administration.
Oh no, I wasn't.
No, hold on. It was subtle, very subtle.
Oh, I wasn't.
I have known you for a very long time.
No, I wasn't at all.
It was a subtle jab.
Okay.
That
there's too much rhetoric.
Yes. Rhetoric, and I'm saying that the rhetoric
was more
that greeted us under the Akufo Addo regime was bewildering. They took our savings and called it DDEB. In the history of this country, when has a finance minister gone and accrued debt, and they came back and told us that they were taking our savings to pay for the debt?
I think that was very unfortunate, Kojo. I think that was terrible.
No, hold on.
But also in the history of this country. Okay, finish.
Please.
You finish. You finish.
When you say that was terrible,
it was very bad.
It was beyond terrible.
Yeah, it was beyond terrible. Yes, but
because people, Paul, the life expectancy of a Ghanaian man is 65 years. The life expectancy of a Ghanaian woman is 67 years. So a teacher who has retired and is hoping to use her pension to maybe start a container shop, a policeman who has retired trying to do same, maybe start some transport business, right? A fireman who has retired was told that Ken Ofori Atta has gone and gambled with your pension, so you can come and collect it when you are in your 80s. Loosely translated, it means go and die. Because not many of them will get there. Given that even at those ages, itinerant illnesses like hypertension, most people by that age are hypertensive. They have no money to go and buy their drugs. Once again, let me repeat for emphasis. They took our savings and gave it to a name, DDP. Right? We got to a point where the president of this republic came and told us that there will be no haircuts. 2 weeks later, the haircuts came. Two weeks later, after President, hold on, okay. After Akufo Addo came out and told us that there will be no haircuts, the haircuts were applied. You know why he did that? He was asked to do that so that there won't be a run on the banks. When a former Chief Justice takes her chair and goes to sit at the Finance Ministry and asks for her pension, you should know that assembly is critical. Many of us, and if you know anything about economics, many of us recognize saving in government bonds as safe. Safe. In fact, it is called risk-free investing. And all of a sudden, you are told by the finance minister that when you are going to invest, read the small print. Right? That's what Adam told us from London. So, you see, when we talk about, rhetoric, policy, propaganda, this, that, and we should delineate what this person can do and what that person cannot do.
What politicians can do.
How can you delineate when a president puts a chair in an SUV and travels with it behind him? Is that policy? Is that policy? And then when people get upset, you are saying, no, let's not do that, let's not do this, let's not do that. Let me assure you, and I say it categorically here and now, President Mahama is not traveling with the kinds of convoys that Akufo Addo travels.
Oh, there's a video.
There are videos of many things.
Video of President Mahama. He was saying it.
There are videos of many things.
And you see,
Paul.
So the person was counting the cars.
The person was counting. That's mischief.
But that's what they're saying.
Paul.
I like the word you use.
Paul.
That's the same mischief that was done. And that's why I say that let's agree on this table. How many cars did the president use? 5 or 6.
Paul.
Then we agree.
Paul, you see?
Yes. It's mischief. And they all do it.
Paul, at a point in time in your life, you were a fixture in President Mahama's house. So you know him as well as I am.
But that's the point I'm coming
to. Please.
But that's the point. You're making a very good point.
Listen.
So it's not about the leader. It's about the system. That's the point I'm coming to.
It's not about the system.
It's about the system.
President Mahama will never allow anybody to put a chair in an SUV and follow him.
No, I'm not saying chair.
That's the leader.
The recent cars had 30.
President
and I can tell you that President Mahama may not have known. You see, it's important we do these things. You are now bringing me to the character of the personality. That's very interesting.
When you have a chair following you in an SUV, you know.
Yes, if you have I don't support a chair following an SUV. But if
when you go and sleep, hold on. When you go and sleep in the Prince Alexander suite in Claridge's Hotel for £22,000 a night, you know.
Do other presidents sleep in Claridge's Hotel?
Who? Tell me who did that.
Oh, should we talk about where our presidents sleep?
No.
We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. These are the things we shouldn't do.
Paul.
Because you see, it's not the president that booked the hotel.
You know why, Paul?
It's the state apparatus
but the president should be important. Paul,
these are the things.
The president should be interested in how the taxpayers' money is spent. That is why we voted him into office.
Absolutely. But now let's come to the question of the DEP that you were raising, which is a very important question.
don't make any excuses for
no, I'm not making
excuses. Too
excuses.
many people are suffering.
I agree with you. I'm
and
suffering.
the person who instituted the DDEP, somebody came to sit on your show and said that you shouldn't come back to Ghana to face what we all faced.
You shouldn't come to Ghana. I don't understand what you're talking about. Who came on my show?
Oh, didn't Kofi Mentel come on your show and say that?
Kofi Mentel has not been on my show. Maybe you mean Newsfile.
Whatever it was.
Yes.
He said that if he were Ken Ofori Atta, he wouldn't come to Ghana.
That was a Newsfile.
That was a Newsfile. Sorry, I apologize.
Yes.
For those of us who didn't run away, who were terrorized from here to high heaven, you people got a video. I don't know how you got that video of me being arrested when I traveled and came back, and he played it.
I don't get your point.
Why isn't he here to answer the question?
He's been red alerted.
Red alerted for what?
Hasn't OSP
I'm saying that during Paul.
Ken is not here apparently because he's
recovering
from some.
I like the word you use. I like the word you use apparently.
No, apparently because I don't know the facts.
Paul.
I don't know the facts, but I know that he is due to come.
You
to
don't
Ghana.
know that. You don't know the
facts of the
sick
hospital and all that.
Paul,
I know that.
I'm saying that. You see. You have spoken about many things, about policy, about this. I'm asking what are the questions I laid out.
So let me answer them.
Very, very, very succinctly.
Yeah, let me answer them. Which one?
That you can have any policy you want. But if you have people with no character, the policy doesn't get anywhere.
So let me answer that.
Let me answer that.
Hold on. You're an engineer.
COVID,
you understand this better than me.
Paul, let me finish.
You have to do the policy such that there is no discretion, or you reduce the discretion. President Akufo Addo, does he tell himself how much he should be paid? It is decided. It is predetermined. So he comes into office. He takes the president's salary. The salary you are taking now is predetermined before you got there.
During COVID,
yes,
we had an incident where the health minister broke the law. Right? Broke the law. He was cited by his own colleagues in parliament.
You refer to Ajimamenu?
I don't even need to mention that.
I want to remember which law he broke so that we can deal with it.
Did he not give out a contract without asking for permission for parliament?
Yeah, the Sputnik?
Yes. What did the president do? He went to his constituency.
Whose constituency?
Ajimamenu's constituency. And in his speech, he said, and he thought it was a joke.
No, Bakujo,
he didn't act on it. He thought it was a joke.
How did he break the law? The law, Parliament is the law-making organization.
Paul,
so somebody breaks the law in Parliament.
Paul, I expected the president to act after he had heard that Kweku Annan had broken the law, because he knew he had broken the law. And why I knew...
What did he break?
If you give out a contract to supply COVID medicines, you can Google it without the express permission of Parliament.
Oh, I think you've forgotten that during COVID there was a suspension of laws. There was an emergency situation created. I think you've forgotten about that.
No, I haven't forgotten.
All the contracts that were run under COVID, they were run under that emergency.
So during COVID, we lost our mind. You see,
you are indicting the very. You can't say that. The 1992 Constitution. No. The 1992 Constitution.
You are indicting your own argument.
No, the 92 Constitution creates instances where you can suspend the law of a country, and that was applied. It was published. It was published.
Our laws were not published. Our laws were not suspended.
And during COVID, that's why you and I couldn't move.
During COVID,
that's why you couldn't move.
But the law for you to consult Parliament when you were procuring goods was not suspended.
I submit to you that it was. And that is why Ajimamenu cannot be punished even today.
Who said he cannot be punished?
So they should punish.
Oh, just wait. It's time. Paul, during COVID, if an armed robber came to your house, the fact that it was COVID, the law was not suspended.
The law that suspends also delineates, back to my word, it delineates what is suspended and what is not suspended.
You are using
the 1992 Constitution, let me show you.
You are using a lot of English. I went to water school, you went to present.
No, your English is better. Yes, I get it. I get it, but we have to be honest and clear.
Let's stop obfuscating and fudging. We are talking about.
There's a constitutional provision. We are a country of laws.
The constitutional provision. So if the constitutional
provision allows that,
no, it is not true.
COVID was an emergency situation. Why couldn't you move?
Paul,
you should have been moving.
It is not the same. So why did Agyamamenu's own colleagues in parliament cite him for criminality?
What did they say? Where's the Hansard?
They say, read it.
Oh. So let me do this. Gentlemen, let me do this.
Please do that. Because the 1992 Constitution has ways in which the President of Ghana is able to suspend the operation of certain laws. And the President of Ghana took advantage of the COVID, came to Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, announced to the public the regime that we are under within the COVID. That regime allowed him to impose restrictions on us. It allowed him to impose restrictions on certain areas.
Suspend the procurement laws. Don't go there.
But you have to suspend the procurement laws because if you are in the health position and you need to bring in vaccines immeditely, and you are now going to go through a COVID process, and Ghanaians are dying. Ghanaians are dying.
If you remember, the vaccines that were given to us were given to us under a protocol.
Just a second. This will settle it. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to know whether Agyamamenyu was wrong or right.
Yes.
With the decision he took.
The parliament was wrong?
Yes. You recall that when the matter came up, there was a committee that was set up to look into the issue.
What did the committee say?
Now, let me read to you what the committee says, and I think that will settle it.
Okay.
Now it says after over 3 weeks of work, the 9-member ad hoc committee constituted by Parliament to investigate circumstances surrounding the botched Sputnik V vaccine procurement deal submitted its report, and this is in 2021, to the House on Friday, August 6, 2021. The committee, in its work, engaged with the Minister of Health, Kweku Agyarko, officials from the Bank of Ghana, and the Ministry of Finance, among others. Now, a 29-page report produced by the committee came out with a number of findings and recommendations, key amongst them being one, this is important, Health Ministry did not receive cabinet approval for the deal. All right. 2, Health Ministry breached the Constitution by not seeking parliamentary approval for the agreement with the private office of His Highness Sheikh Ahmed Dalmouk Al Maktoum. 3, Health Ministry did not seek approval from the board of PPA before signing the agreement. 4, PPA has not concluded its investigations into the matter. 5,
PPA has not concluded.
Yes, PPA has not concluded its investigations into the matter.
2021.
Yes, 2021.
Okay.
And then 5, Health Ministry used middlemen, that's Office of His Highness Al Maktoum and SL Global, for the purchase and distribution of the vaccine. 6, Health Ministry agreed at $19 per dose with Al Maktoum, although ex-factory price of the vaccine was $10. All right. 7, Ghana paid $2.85 million US, equivalent at the time 16 million cedis, which is 50% of total cost in advance. Messrs. Al Maktoum, although minister said he had no knowledge of such.
Ministers denied knowledge.
Yes, he says yes, he doesn't know that. 8, yes. Minister for Finance, Ken Ofori Atta, asked to take steps to recover $2.8 million already paid to Sheikh Al Maktoum.
Which they did.
Right.
They did.
Now,
it
says...
They did.
I don't have that. I don't have that.
They recovered the money.
You know something?
Okay. No.
A lot of the things that Atta used to was recovered. Is it still not in jail?
Now, a debate on the report ended without a decision to adopt or reject it. The minority in parliament...
Say that again. That's a legal position.
A debate on the
report by the Legislative Assembly
ended without a decision to adopt or reject it.
A debate by the Legislative Assembly ended without a decision to adopt. Bagbe was speaker.
Just a minute.
The parliament was 50-50.
Yes, a minute.
Bagbe was a speaker.
Let me finish. It says that the minority in parliament has called on President Akufo Addo to immediately dismiss the Minister of Health, Kweku Agyarko, saying he's not fit to be in the office. They argue that he violated the 1992 Constitution and his oath of office by trying to procure vaccines through middlemen without recourse to Parliament or Cabinet. And I quote them, "It is beyond any reasonable doubt that the minister betrayed his oath of office and for that matter, and he also failed to uphold the Constitution and the laws of our country. I must say that a minister should be sanctioned. He must be removed by the president."
This is Ato Forson speaking.
Yes. He's not fit to occupy the office of the Minister of State and must therefore be removed from office henceforth.
Yes.
Failing which, this House must pass a vote of censure on the minister. Now, they also took the minister on over his claim that that no payment was made in the deal when the committee's finding pointed to the fact that money was actually paid. Right? Good.
Moro,
but the minority leader...
Before you go for...
Hold on. That's very interesting.
No, I'm just about to...
You are reading the minority view.
Okay.
But the minority view you are reading, you have to let viewers know the thing you are reading is the minority view. That's very important. It's the minority view.
But the majority leader, while addressing the press, said the minister's use of the caveat, to the best of his knowledge, and that there was not that he was not aware of any payment, absolves him of any offense of lying.
So you have read the view of the majority and the minorities. The parliament itself doesn't have a view. The United Parliament.
Let me listen to Kojo.
You were trying to create an impression that the procurement laws of this country were suspended during COVID.
But this has read bear me out.
No,
he read bears me out.
Oh, Paul.
The PPA is investigating.
Paul.
Who talks about procurement breaches?
No, Paul, let's
okay.
Yes, let's not.
Moro read clearly that the committee said that the minister breached procurement law. And what you forget is that we watched the proceedings live.
Yeah.
The minister himself said that he wasn't thinking well at the time.
That's in relation to something else.
No.
Okay.
What was it?
Fair enough, Kojo. Fair enough.
Paul.
Okay, finish.
You are being disruptive.
Yeah, I beg you.
The minister himself said that he wasn't thinking straight at the time.
Yeah.
And it is for that reason that President Akufo Addo went to his constituency in Sunyani and said, Papa, now I am confused.
That's political talk.
No,
you can't use that.
It is not political talk.
All over the world, talk on rally floor cannot be used.
No, Paul, let him learn.
Paul, I've known you for 25 years. You have an excuse for everything.
Maybe more.
Maybe you have an excuse for everything, so don't worry.
Maybe. No, but we have to say that political talk is political talk.
Paul, you're being a bit disruptive. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
When
he finishes, I'll come to that.
If I say that this your jacket is green, you can try convincing the listening public that it is white. I've known you for 25 years. What I'm saying is very simple. I am saying that when it comes to doing the wrong things, whether there's policy or law or whatever there is, the XOS while the Akufo Addo government takes the biscuit. And Paul,
yes, sir.
One of the things that I have a problem with you on is that you have a bully pulpit that most of us don't have.
What's a bully pulpit?
A bully pulpit is you have means.
You have a
TV program that you've had for over 20 years. And most of the time...
That TV program is for everyone, it's not for me.
No, I said...
You are invited. It's for everyone.
I watch, but of course I watch. Don't I text you doing a program?
You do. So, and I read your text.
And I'm saying
so it's not
that...
a bully pulpit.
No, a bully pulpit is a term for somebody who has means to reach an audience.
Yeah, without other people.
You can... No. It means you have the means to reach people. That's what a bully pulpit.
Oh, these days everyone does have on social media, please.
No, but you have had that consistently for a while, so people actually sit and wait for Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 p.m. to watch you.
Yes,
and most of the time...
grateful,
Yes. And so, most of the time, during the last MPP administration, you used it as a monologue to sanitize everything they did. Paul, you even sanitized Ziliadapa.
Oh, are we talking about Ziliadapa this morning?
No, I'm saying you even.
But I thought the results are clear.
What result? What? Don't talk about the FBI.
That's what we were told.
Paul,
we are not the investigators.
Paul,
the people who are investigating told us.
Paul.
Yes.
When you find over $6 million in a minister's house, it is a problem. I don't care what
we don't know that it's 6 million. We thought it's 1 million.
If you find
well, we thought, that's what they said.
Don't
they said
think,
1 million.
Don't think.
The report said 1 million.
Various currencies. And then she comes to tell you.
In court.
And then they come and tell you.
Police are prosecuting on 1 million.
Oh, Paulie.
No, it's 6 million.
And then they come and tell you that it was bequeathed to her by her brother who was a shoemaker. Seriously? It will be quiet there in engineering school.
Kojo, I don't understand. You are giving me a lot of information. You said 6 million.
The information that you know, but you are not interested.
No, he's prosecuting for 1 million.
Paul, 1 million, 6 million, potato.
1 million is not the same as 6 million, boss. Boss, 1 million is not the same as 6 million.
Paul, I put it to you, and I am telling you that there is no shoemaker this side of the Sahara who can bequeath $1 million to their sister who is a minister. You see, these are the sort of things that we should be addressing in this country. We make an excuse for everything. We make an excuse.
I'm very confused. Okay, when you finish. Don't be confused. Because I heard something that some people say that there's no evidence against her. This is just coming in recently, this week. Then you say she had 6 million.
There's no evidence
and
against her.
Involved.
There is no evidence against her. When the matter happened, the first thing that the president of this republic did was to write her a love letter saying that she's sure that she will be exonerated.
That's an expectation of a president. Is that
how does a president? So if you do that, are you not prejudicing the people who are going to investigate?
Prejudicing FBI from America?
What has
but I said this week we were told.
Paul, they didn't find the money in America.
But
they found
who got FBI in?
I said they didn't find the money in America. They found it here.
So why was FBI in?
I have absolutely no idea.
But FBI don't come in just like that. They are invited to come in.
Paul.
Yes,
the money was not found in America.
So why is FBI in?
Paul, the FBI have absolutely no jurisdiction in the shores of Ghana.
So
I am saying
why are we being told that FBI didn't find anything? Why are we being told?
Paul, was the money found in her house?
Yes. She reported it to the police.
Okay.
She reported it. I didn't find it. She reported it.
Did she say that the money was bequeathed to her by a shoemaker brother?
It's in the police documents. I don't know what she said. The matter is in court.
I'm telling you what she said.
You know. Okay, what did she say?
She said that the money belonged to her brother who's a shoemaker.
Did she say that to the court? Because
you said it's in the document. If it's in the document, then where is it?
No, she's in court being prosecuted for the loss of her money. So if you say it's 6 million, FBI shouldn't have come in.
Right here. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Kojo is my big brother. I need to learn from him.
Moro, right here, you have a classic illustration of what I'm talking about.
Right.
You see, in a certain past, right? And this is no reference to you.
Right.
Nazism was defended. Apartheid was defended. Right? You had Roland Friesland in the 1940s defending everything the Nazi party did. We have had several iterations of things like that. That has gone on.
Posterity will deal with it.
Unfortunately, the victims of those kinds of things never get the justice they deserve after the fact. You understand what I'm saying?
The victims of what?
So, Paul.
Yes, please.
I would like you.
Yes, sir.
You say I'm your big brother. Let me give you advice.
Yes, please.
I would like you to have a double-edged sword on Good Evening Ghana.
What does that mean? Double-edged sword. Oh, yeah.
And let us see. Let us see, Paul. I said, let us see objectivity. Not a monologue in defense of sometimes what is completely indefensible. You called
I don't want to debate that. The people who watch should debate it. But I can answer your questions.
You called Paul.
But I don't want to debate that.
You can answer every question. I've said I've known you for 25. You can answer any question.
No, I don't want to debate what I do on Good Evening, whether it's good or bad. The people will determine that.
You talked about policy.
Yes,
you talked about rhetoric.
I talked about reducing rhetoric and let's be critical of policy.
You talked about forward movement.
Yes.
Forward movement
so we can build
begins with people like you who have influence. I see young people reading your text.
Yes.
I see a lot of people watch your show.
Okay, so the advice is that we should change the format of Good Evening.
No, don't change the format.
What should we do?
Don't go and call Musa Dankwa names.
I have apologized for that.
You should also apologize on many of the other things that you have said.
As and when they come up, as human beings, we will apologize
What
else do you want me to apologize for?
One of the things I want you to apologize for
please.
Is defending economic policies that have resulted in people losing their savings.
I lost my savings too. I don't know when I defended an economic policy. But what I know is that you made the point about the DDEP. My family members lost money. I know people who lost money. It affected everybody. It was terrible. I do not know.
Let me. Before you can say
the call you're making.
You ask the question. Let me. No.
Is he on the floor?
No. Please finish. Let me just address the Shatawale matter so that Paul can go on.
Yes. Okay. But before you go to the Shatawale
matter, hold on.
No, that's okay.
Hold on.
That's fine.
I have a piece of advice.
Yes.
For Shatawale. Very short, succinct, and very simple.
Right.
Shatta, most of us listen to your music. We are proud of you. We are proud of where you came to and where you have gotten to. One of the proudest moments I can recall was when I heard that you were recording a song with Beyonce. I thought that was a moment of emancipation for many people like you, and an example for young people in how to be persistent to achieve. So for your own sake, don't get involved in a criminal enterprise, racketeering, that can result in you being extradited to the United States to face justice. That's my advice to him. You have a following. Yesterday, we saw the following. We are seeing the following. That applies insofar as we are here.
Right.
When some of us were taken to Yoko, me, I didn't have any following. My family in Latte and Ekopon didn't even know. Several times we were taken there, nobody knew. But if you get to the point where the FBI want to extradite you to the States because you are a suspect in racketeering, your fans cannot get a visa to follow you there. Right? Salam Mustafa cannot follow you, that he will not follow you there. Shatawale, you have achieved so much without driving a Lamborghini. For the sake of all that you have done, you don't need it to improve your brand. You're already there. People like you, Stoneboy, and others have shown what it means to be persistent and believe in what you are doing. Toward that same line, you don't need a Lamborghini to write another song that becomes a hit. As an NDC person, Mahama paper lives in my mind.
Okay.
Don't get to the point where you have bought stolen goods and when you actually say you don't know who sold it to you. You see, Moro.
Okay.
This stolen car business that thrives in Ghana. There are a lot of dynamics to what they do, including people amending bills of lading and changing chassis numbers when the vehicles land.
Wow.
Claiming that they are being transshipped to Burkina Faso and taking it out and they can't, nothing else, it doesn't see the light of day. But let's spare a thought for the people who actually own what it is that has been stolen. Some people say, oh, don't worry, insurance will pay. But that's not the point. So, my plea to Shatawale is that, my brother, don't go where you are going. And don't let the people outside fool you. Because if you are indicted by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, we have a mutual legal agreement with them. They will come to court. They will extradite you.
Okay.
Some people have been extradited. We know. Dada Joe and Co, they are gone. So let's advise some of these, our superstars, that they don't need the itinerant exposure and the notoriety of some of these things. That is racketeering. There are laws against racketeering everywhere in the world. Like I said, we have mutual legal agreements with several countries where we extradite criminals back to the countries of commission. Please, don't get involved in that, because I want to go on hearing hit after hit after hit after hit. And I'm happy that he himself has recorded a message talking about the professionalism of the of Yoko and what have you and what have you. Okay. Even us, non-entities, we got professionalism from Yoko.
Okay. All right, so Paul.
About the Shatta Wale.
We have to take a short break. When we come back,
okay. When we come back, I can talk about Shatta Wale. Yeah.
You've spoken about Shatta Wale already.
No, I need to say.
But your very good friend Musa Danko has some new posts.
Maybe I should just do it before we go on the break. I think everything Kojo said, I agree with him. The advice he gives to Shatta Wale, he's exposed, so he probably knows what he's talking about. But the point is that I want to make, it comes back to the point I was making earlier. Those who have the power of state, we should limit the level of their discretion. When Shatta Wale is going for an interview with Yoko, or when Kojo Kyeremanteng is going for an interview with Yoko must be limited in what kind of bail conditions they can give, and it must be predetermined, and people already know. Yoko shouldn't have the discretion at 9 p.m. after interviewing him for 4 hours that what kind of bail do we give him. The courts can have that discretion. Parliament can pass a certain system of investigative agencies. All of these things that Yoko is publishing about what Shatta Wale said about where he got the car is really unfair to him. Because if we go to court, all of that may not matter. Shatta Wale can change his statement. The Yoko should not be telling us, the general public, and I don't think that international investigative agencies do that. I don't know, but I don't think even legally is fair to the person that you are investigating. Come out and tell us that, oh, this is what he said. Clearly, you are guiding the people's mind into a certain conclusion against the person you have arrested, over whom you have state power, because that state power belongs to everyone. So the person who is exercising the state power must be limited in the discretion he can express. There are some of the things we can leave the next generation with. That in this 8th or 9th parliament arrangement, there has to be a way in which this bail situation is managed. Whether it's Yoko, whether it's other state institutions, there must, as Shatta Wale is going there must be a predetermined way in which, whether he can get a self-recognizance bill because of who he is, it must be categorized. Not left to Yoko's discretion. They look at him, they look at his hairstyle, they look at his chain, and decide that you are going to have 10 million bail. Then in 2-3 hours, they review it to 5 million bail. That's the path that we need to deal with. Okay. Because that is a state institution. It's going to outlive all of us. Right. But the occupants of the state institutions will be different. And it's very dangerous to allow the disposition of the occupant of a political office or a state office to have his disposition expressed in the way he does his work. That's very dangerous. Okay. And that's why we should have these things. Right. You don't have to come and publish, this is what he said. Shatta Wale hasn't said anything. We don't know. If he also comes to say, I didn't write that, what do we do? Right. It's against him. It's a state institution. It shouldn't be fighting against the citizen using discretion and things that cannot hold out in court.
Okay.
Oh,
so we'll take a short break.
To be a law student.
Sorry, we'll take
Reviewing bail conditions is what lawyers are there for.
Yes.
So you can legislate.
No,
you can legislate.
How can you legislate? You see,
you've legislated 48 hours.
Yes,
but you can legislate bail conditions.
But crimes are not the same.
Yes, so you can legislate.
So if you have gone
at some point we said some places are not bailable. You remember?
Paul,
they said,
but Paul, you are obfuscating the point.
I'm not.
If somebody has gone and stolen a Fiat,
yes,
Cinquecento, it's not the same as if somebody has stolen a Lamborghini. So the bail conditions will be different.
But you can legislate that. You can legislate that.
Oh, it is
at 29 and 30 were passed in 1960. You and I were not born.
Paul, there is legislation that allows you to modify the conditions of bail. You are not talking about
that legislation should be strengthened.
You want it to be
reduce the discretion.
Re-legislated.
No, reduce the discretion.
For what?
We need to reduce the discretion of state actors. It's very important. Why are you still on bail? Doesn't make sense that you are still on bail.
Let's do this.
Stop talking about
let's take this short break. We'll be right back. So you're live on Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Now, we have here in the studio Mr. Paul Adom, otchere, who is a journalist and also here, the host of Good Evening Ghana on Metro Television. He's also the former board chair of Ghana Airport Company Limited. Also here is Kojo Kyeremanteng, who's an NDC stalwart, also with the Financial Intelligence Center as the acting CEO. Now, let's do this quickly. There's quite a number of messages that have come through on the issues that we raised, and then we'll go to the Musa Dankwa, who's a very good friend with Paul Adom otchere. Now they're very good friends. Yes, yes. He has new polls
from a very senior law enforcement officer.
Okay.
Paul, he says which laws were suspended. The laws on public procurement were not suspended because they make provision for procurement in the face of an emergency.
Okay.
The constitutional requirements of parliamentary approval for international contracts were not suspended.
Okay.
So when you come out...
No, but that's somebody's opinion.
It's not somebody's opinion.
The thing that Moro read,
Paul,
the PPA is yet to come out.
It's the
PPA that can tell us whether their rules have been breached or not.
It is not the PPA. The parliament...
But Parliament could not agree on it. It's clear.
How could Parliament agree on
the document?
Paul,
the document says Parliament could not agree on it.
Governing procurement were not suspended. That's all that you need to admit.
No, but whose opinion is that?
It is not an opinion.
What are you talking about? So which laws were suspended? Show me. Show me.
Which laws were
suspended? Yes, you said procurement was not suspended. Which ones were suspended?
You're the one who's telling us every law was
I am telling you that there's a provision in the 1992 Constitution that allows the president, when there's an emergency, to suspend laws. You say that public procurement was not suspended. Which ones were suspended under COVID?
The president cannot. But you are the one who's telling us every law was suspended. Even common sense was suspended.
No, but I'm saying that if you read the constitutional provision, I've asked for it, bring it. If you read the constitutional provision, it shows under what conditions the president can do that, which laws he can suspend, which ones he cannot suspend, movement of people.
Your
movement of people is a fundamental human right. It's guaranteed in Chapter 5. That one was suspended. So how much more less a procurement law?
If movement was suspended,
that is not fundamental.
It didn't suspend common sense. It didn't suspend the
Nobody says it suspended common sense. I'm saying there are fundamental rules that were suspended.
Because the president went to Parliament under a certificate of emergency and asked for certain laws to be suspended.
Which are certain?
It means procurement was suspended.
I'm
so it is for that reason.
I'm suggesting to you that for that reason that PPA hasn't come out.
38
PPA hasn't come out.
It is for that reason that $38 million was distributed among MPP party folk. Because laws were suspended.
I don't know that.
You will never know.
I don't know that.
Paul, you
$38 million was distributed
you choose what you know.
Yeah, but tell us.
If the MPP executives who were telling us that lady who was the parliamentary candidate in Tamale Central, who said that she was giving 150,000 cedis to spend on the election from COVID funds. One thing.
Let's move on.
Paul,
I don't know this one.
You have selective.
Which lady is that?
Paul, you have selective hearing. She's called Felicia Tete. You have selective hearing.
She was in the Lord. I don't have selective hearing. We are dealing with the laws of Ghana.
I said
you read somebody
and
says the person is an important security person.
Are you listen?
And that he says that the laws of Ghana.
I said a law enforcement officer.
A law enforcement officer.
I said
should I read a text from you from a judge?
Listen.
Should I read a text from a judge?
Read it. That the judge told you. The judge told you that procurement laws were suspended.
I'm saying that you cannot bring one person's opinion. Take the constitution.
It is not an opinion.
Bring the 1992 constitution. Bring the parliamentary hazard of what was suspended. Here you are. You can't tell us what was suspended, but you are sure procurement was suspended.
Paul, I cited a parliamentary committee that was set up. A parliamentary committee at which the particular minister sat and said he was confused.
Whose results bear me out? It bears me out.
And you are
the parliamentary report says that PPA did not issue an opinion, and they are yet to issue an opinion. The Public Procurement Authority is the most important authority, saddled with the view whether there's been a procurement breach or not. That PPA did not say there was a procurement breach. That's the parliamentary report. That is Parliament's report.
Let's debate it ad infinitum. What you read. Read it again because Paul.
You have to read it again. And read the part where you said PPA have not come out with a conclusion. And read the part where you said that Parliament was not able to conclude. And then you read the minority opinion and the majority opinion. Speaker Bagbe was in the chair.
I don't want us.
It's in the report.
What Paul is telling you, he read it. What Paul is telling you is that the PPA has superiority over committees of parliament.
No, when it comes to PPA opinion,
I said, why did the minister say
that
he was
been a
confused?
PPA breach without PPA itself?
Why did the minister say he was confused if laws had been suspended?
Someone wants you to hear something.
Okay, yes, okay.
Unfortunately, he's the director of communications of the NDC. He says, unfortunately, my brother Paul doesn't appreciate the point of discretion. He says, even when there are regulations or law, there is still discretion in deciding the application and enforcement.
I'm saying reduce the discretion.
Hold on. Let me
I get the discretion. Reduce it.
Let me read
it's
it.
in all the books.
Let me read it.
No, we are political. That's why science as
that's
student.
why.
It's all the books.
Hold on.
Discretion. Reduce the discretion.
Hang on a minute. It says that's why Massa Kojo Kyeremanteng's point about the centrality of character in leadership is important.
That's dangerous. Abraham Lincoln said that's very dangerous to leave leadership to the character of an individual.
Yes, let me finish.
It's very dangerous.
Let me finish. I'm reading.
Abraham Lincoln said that.
I am bringing in the public.
Tell Papa Kaka Samoa, I love him, that Abraham Lincoln's view of the matter. Abraham Lincoln, he wrote a book entitled A Team of Rivals. Abraham Lincoln's A Team of Rivals. Abraham Lincoln, one of the famous presidents of America, advised that don't leave it to the character of an individual. Let the system shape the individual. That is so dangerous in a democracy, so says, to leave it to his goodness. So that he's a good man or he's a bad man.
Let me finish the message.
No way.
He says, so still with Kaka Samoa, he says, a person without character can abuse both law and discretion. The people of Ghana have experienced this not too long ago. Good morning, sir. Best regards. It says,
thank you, Kaka Samoa. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's exactly the point.
But you cannot rely on people's disposition.
Let me finish with that. Let me finish the message.
We are all one of the things. We are all fallible.
Kojo, let me finish the message.
No, hold on.
Our viewers, this is time for our viewers to express their opinion. I beg you. We've been talking for almost 2 hours. Let's move on.
Is he around?
I don't know whether he's around.
Is he around? Do you know where Kaka Samoa is?
So is that more? This is some of
if he's not around, would you
so Brother Albert should know that an overwhelming endorsement of the polls is not necessarily a sign of popularity or affection for a candidate. More often than not, it reflects the frustrations of the present and the hopes for the future that drives our support. Yet, when those hopes turn into illusions through non-performance, i.e. a coup mentality, the revocation of appointments of innocent Ghanaians and the culture of silence, state-sponsored galamsey, and the persecution of opponents we are witnessing today with worse yet to come, the same populace that once smiled upon a leader would soon frown upon them. Some O'Brien Wabbing, and he says, Madame Silada Party did nothing wrong. She prevailed upon the incompetent OSP in a court of competent jurisdiction. And Brother Albert is in your studio with 20,000 as well. We don't know that.
Who's Brother Albert?
I think he was talking about you, Paul.
He called me Albert?
That's what he calls himself, Bravo. I mean, now let me read this.
What did Brian say?
He says Paul has some $20,000, so I don't know what he means by that.
I'm not sure I'm the Brother Albert is referring to.
Okay. All right, so say good morning, Moro. A bully pulpit is a so
he was explaining bully pulpit, okay.
A bully pulpit is a powerful platform for influencing public opinion. Pacho. Let me finish.
See, part of Paul's obfuscation, Abraham Lincoln didn't write any book.
Okay, maybe. So a bully pulpit.
Team of rivals.
Who wrote the Team of Rivals?
Oh, Kojo,
it was not written by Abraham Lincoln.
Let me finish this.
It was written by
a bully pulpit is a powerful platform for influencing public opinion, shaping policy.
It was written by Doris Kearns Goodwin. It
was about Abraham Lincoln.
But you said Abraham Lincoln.
No, I take that. It's about Abraham Lincoln's government.
Let me finish.
I like what you're doing. I love you. It's about Abraham Lincoln's government.
Oh my God.
Abraham Lincoln did not write
fair.
So
the book, A Team of Rivals. No, the book, A Team of Rivals, is about Abraham Lincoln's government.
If you have read it, why are you saying Abraham Lincoln wrote the book?
I read so many books.
You don't know who the author is.
There are too many of them.
Let me read a
bit. You don't know who the author is.
But the story is about Abraham Lincoln.
Let me finish the message.
But you googled it. It's a story not about Abraham Lincoln. I've just googled it.
Doris Kearns Goodwin is an American historian. She wrote that book. When you were talking,
I wanted a historian. Yes, so she wrote about Abraham Lincoln. But that doesn't take away the point. It doesn't take away the point at all.
Listen,
Doris Kearns Goodwin. Then you don't leave discretion. You don't leave governance to the goodness of the man. Oh, but Doris Kearns,
she doesn't live in Ghana.
What are we doing in Ghana in democracy that's original to Ghana? What are we doing in Ghana in democracy that's original to Ghana? At this point, everything we do is not original to Ghana. It's democracy we borrowed.
At this point in our contemporary present, Donald Trump is exercising discretion that has never been seen in the history of America.
But that is why you have. But that is why it has become topical in America.
Why has it become topical? Then the people vote for him again. What is topical?
What do you mean by vote for him again?
I said they voted for him again.
Okay, so
obviously they like something he was doing.
So your view of the matter is that we should allow the discretion to animate the leadership. My view is that we shouldn't.
What I'm telling you is that you cannot bring cyborgs.
Discretion.
You cannot bring cyborgs into government. So one way or the other, discretion will be exercised.
Yes, but I'm saying we should minimize the discretion. We can't rely on character.
No,
we can't rely on. Are you talking about character? We should rely on the character of the politicians. Is that what you want to say? We should rely on character.
If you were calling out,
you say we should rely on character of politicians. We should rely on character.
If you were calling out Akufo Addo in the 8 years that you were defending everything he was doing, some of the things he did, he wouldn't have done.
There's no precedent that you can defend in 8 years everything he does because men are fallible.
You managed to defend everything.
No, it's not possible.
Okay. You defend. Show me one thing.
It's not possible.
So let me do this.
It's not possible. It's not possible.
So back to my message.
It's not possible.
Show me one thing. Paul, highlight one thing.
No, it's not possible.
That you went against the Akufo Addo government.
It's not possible for any president.
So let me
President Mahamadu.
It is possible.
To be president for 8 years
without
having done anything.
It is possible.
Human beings are fallible.
Please allow me.
Human beings are fallible. So how is it possible for that? All I'm saying is that we should reduce the disposition of a human being's character because we cannot rely on character of human beings to run our country. We have to rely on systems.
Yes, Paul.
That is why at 29 and 30 we're done in 1960 before you and I were born. But we live by it.
Let us have this conversation. We had something called ESLA.
Yes.
That President Mahama brought into being to protect us from cost overruns when it comes to fuel. When the NDC came to government, Ken Ofori Atta went to parliament, right? And they took ESLA. Where's ESLA today? ESLA is in a hole that it will climb out of in 2035. They went and mortgaged ESLA, collected the funds and blew it. Isn't ESLA and statutory funds an example of limiting discretion of public appointees? What did Ken Ofori Atta and Akufo Addo do with it?
Okay.
No, don't answer.
Don't answer.
Don't
no,
answer.
I'm just expressing I'm agreeing with you.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Let me agree with you.
No, don't agree with me. Your agreement is disruption. Let me finish with it.
Can you finish?
I could go on. No.
Are you doing a review?
No.
Today, are you doing a review of Akufo Addo's government?
Hold on.
Is that what you want to do?
I have always been a critic of Akufo Addo.
No,
and his government, I told Ghanaians that he will destroy the country. He has destroyed the country. So don't worry. Let me finish my point. I'm saying that
the Kufuor destroyed the country.
ESLA. Let's not go talk about President Kufuor.
Why not?
I'm talking about Akufo Addo. ESLA it's a perfect example. Statutory payments and statutory funds are a perfect example of limiting politicians' discretion. What did Ken Ofori Atta do with it?
What did he do with it?
Ken Ofori Atta took SNIT funds and collateralized it and chopped the money.
Chop the money.
Right?
Minister of Finance chopped the money.
Where's the money? That is the money.
The Minister of Finance chopped the money.
That is the money that they spent that you and I are today paying with our savings.
Okay.
The Minister of Finance chopped the money, Kojo. The Minister of Finance chopped the money.
Where is it? If they haven't chopped it, where is it?
The Minister of Finance took the state's money and chopped it.
I said, where is
he
the
chopped
money?
it or he bought
okay,
what?
They spent
he chopped it.
They spent it willy-nilly
on themselves. They spent it on themselves, right?
Who knows what they did with it? The money is not there.
So the politicians took the money and chopped it, and our systems don't have any way to find it.
When you go,
there's an auditor general.
They ask him to come and answer for his tenure, and some of your friends are telling me he shouldn't come.
No, they ask him to come and answer for specific things. It's not that
why
they ask him to come and answer for cathedral. They ask him to come and answer for some SML. They ask him to come and answer. Yes, but it's
$97 million hole. A $97 million black hole.
What does that
when
mean?
We could have put a medical school at that spot.
What does that mean?
There are two, Paul. I said, you are a serial defender.
Of what?
Of many things that have gone wrong. I asked you to give me one.
You can have that opinion.
No, it's
but
not
over
opinion.
time you may change it.
You know something.
Over time you may change it.
I respect your right to defend the indefensible.
And I don't think I defend the indefensible.
No,
but that's okay.
And you know.
But over time you may change it. I don't want to argue on that.
Over
time you may change it.
You know that when I listen to your program, I text you.
And I read it.
No, you read it when you want to read it.
I read all your
Some of the things he takes the phone and said, "Don't you want us texting me, but I won't read it."
Oh, maybe because it's harsh on the person.
It's not harsh.
Maybe it's harsh. Some of your texts are harsh. You know that some of your texts are harsh.
You see, the issue.
Kojo, let me ask you.
I asked Paul a pivotal question. I said, let Paul give us one policy of the Akufo Addo government.
One policy.
One policy that he thought was adverse to the Ghanaian people and he didn't defend. He couldn't.
The DDP was adverse.
And he sought.
The DDP was adverse.
You know what
the DDP was adverse.
You know what
I'm telling you now, the DDP was an adverse policy.
He sought
to tell people that you can't say that money is bad.
He sought to pivot to President Akufo.
No, I'm bringing President Akufo in because I'm talking about posterity. I'm talking about the things you guys said about President Akufo, which you changed later on. And that's why I'm saying that maybe you will change it.
NPP said the same thing about Jerry Rawlings.
And they changed it later on. Yes. No, but you said things about President Akufo that you changed. Have you apologized to him?
We are not talking.
Have you apologized to President Akufo?
I will not
apologize to President Akufo. Have you apologized to President Akufo? One day you just might apologize to your uncle. You just might apologize to your Kapim uncle.
Is my cousin.
Your cousin. Your Kapim cousin. One day you apologize to him.
Did you apologize to President Mahama?
I never said
things you said about him.
No, I never said.
Really?
Yes, I've had arguments with them, and if you look at it, I always talk about President Mahama's people. Sometimes I come on TV and say, why are you giving the president this advice?
You know something.
So I apologize to Mr. Dankwa. One day you apologize to your cousin. One day you may apologize to him. One day you may apologize to your cousin.
You had no choice. In the case of Musa Dankwa, because you were exposed. You were brutally exposed.
But you said on your program only with time.
You said on your program that people like Musa Dankwa, and I'm quoting you. How can people like Musa Dankwa call themselves posters?
But you said that John Mahama was going to win 2016 elections. You were sure. I had that conversation with you 2 days to the election. You were sure he was going to win.
Yes.
He didn't win.
Were
you exposed?
I'm not a poster.
Were you exposed?
I am.
Were you exposed when you were sure that John Mahama was going to win 2016? And I told you he may not win. Were you exposed?
I am an engineer.
I'm not a poster. I'm a news reporter.
So why did you stand on your program and say that Musa Dankwa? How can people like Musa Dankwa call themselves posters? How do you do that?
But you said the same thing about Ben Efson.
You
said the same thing about Ben Efson in 2016. When Ben predicted that Akufo Addo was going to win, you say, you didn't say
Ben
that.
Efson is watching this show.
Ben Efson watching the show.
He's watching.
Yes.
Don't Paul. You won't get anywhere with that kind of thing with me.
But you are bringing it.
I didn't talk.
You are saying
I don't
that
talk about Ben Efson.
I have to go and apologize.
I said,
and I'm saying, have you apologized to J. Akufo?
For what?
For the things you said, which you have now backtracked.
Name what I said.
That Kufuor's government was economic downturn. Kufuor had chopped money. Kufuor was a criminal. The people in his government had bank accounts abroad. You said it. The forum you guys used to do. Setting the record straight. Setting the record straight. I can't set the record straight.
You see him?
Are you going to apologize to President Kufuor?
You see him?
One day you must.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.